Hello and welcome to Bullets 29 Gaming. I'm your man, Bullets 29. I'm here bringing you some new content. Yes, that's right, brand new content, never before seen, is the game Smite. But now I've played Smite for a while now and I enjoy it. I've started playing with a couple of my friends. We will be having an episode tonight where we have a couple of my friends that play Smite on the game with me, so make sure you look forward to that kind of content coming forward in the future. But my plan is to do something special with this streaming series. So this is going to be a brand new series on top of the other series that I have going on. But this series is going to be very special because what it's going to be is going to be our journey to a diamond player. Now, the diamond level for a player is a really big deal for anyone that plays Smite. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with someone that I've never played with before, and we're going to advance forward to a diamond level. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the gods. We're going to see what's in store for the gods. Alright, so these over here, I do have the pack unlocked. If you want to get the pack, it's definitely worth it. For those of you who've never played Smite, if you get the free version, you get free rotations. Now what free rotations are, these rotations are for you to be able to play this character for a certain period of time, a limited amount of time. I don't know, I can't remember if it was a month or so, but for example, under the free rotation, that's everyone who is currently available to play. That is what they are. All right. Now I haven't owned. I've unlocked. I've actually paid for the pack and everything, so I have everything unlocked. I have all these characters unlocked. Now some of the downloadable stuff, some of these characters are brand new, so sometimes you're not going to be able to get to them right away. Some of them are with battle packs, so on and so forth, or with the battle pass you get certain characters unlocked. Now there's certain, you have to play the battle pass in order to get certain characters unlocked and so on and so forth. But that being said, what we're gonna do is there's essentially 5 characteristics or 5 kind of players. Now each team gets 5 players on their side. So you have assassins, you have guardians, you have hunters, you have mage warriors. So those are the kind of 5 kind of classes that you have. Now, me, I am more of a support role. I'm more of the kind of person that more of plays from a distance. So I'm usually a hunter. My first character ever that I ever played with, and this is one of the most annoying characters that if you ask any player, a lot of the time they're going to say that this character is the most annoying, and that is Amuzen-Cobb. Amuzen-Cobb is essentially a hunter who has hives that he places that gives location of the characters or the opposing team their position to your other teammates. That's the whole point of it. So there's different kind of skins that you can unlock with it. There's different kind of voice packs you can unlock, different kind of emotes and abilities. Here are the abilities. So first one is the ground target. The ground target, what it does is essentially allows you to be able to put a hive down, and it lets people know where the opposing team is. That's the whole point of it. Then you have Swarm. Now Swarm is a form of an attack that essentially launches some beeves to a player, and it's essentially like shooting. Okay. Now your honey. What the honey is it essentially is well, actually we'll go over it. So honey essentially is what you do is you put it on the ground and you lay it, and now what happens is all the bees will go to that area, and essentially it does damage to the opposing player who's in that area, or the opposing players. So if you play it right, you'll hit a lot of different players. Now, this is the one thing that a lot of people don't like, because what happens is when you're running, Amuzen-Cobb is what we call as a squishy, or very low health. You have those players. You have your pretty much your tank players, which are going to be your warriors and so on. But the hunters and the mages are more along the lines of your squishies, per se. They can't take as much damage as like a tank player or a warrior. Honey, what does is essentially, as it says, slows the enemies in the area. Bees from the hive within 90 units of swarm will fly over to protect the honey, dealing damage every 5.5 seconds and applying bees. To all enemies that are in the they leave honey. At least until they leave the honey. Until then, they will be there. Now, the other thing is the reason why this one works really well is when you're running, if you have hives by you, what you do is you lay it down, and when they're shooting you, while you're trying to run back to your spawn, it actually does damage to them while they're taking damage to you, and ultimately you can kill people with it. If you add it right, you add different abilities to it, it will. That's how it works. So your stinger is your ult. So your ultimate is essentially going to be fires off an enormous stinger that deals damage to all enemies in the area. This can do some pretty heavy damage if it's played right, but you got to make sure you play your character right. Now, my suggestion to you is this. When you start playing Smite, you want to make sure, first and foremost, you want to know what your play style is. Are you more of a rush in and go get it? Are you more of a distance person? Are you more of a support role? Are you more of a healer? So those are the kind of questions you want to ask yourself before you start playing Smite. But Almazuncob was my first character that I ever played with, and he essentially became a diamond once I kind of stuck with him a little bit. So he is actually one of my diamonds that I have right now. Stat-wise, here's a stat. Health is 523. His mana is 270. Now, mana is how you do your spells and how you do your abilities. So you want to make sure you keep track of that mana because depending on how fast you use it, it could cost you dearly. Speed can be boosted. It's 365 range. So these kind of things, those are the kind of things you want to look at before you start playing a character that you look into that might be best suitable for you. Okay, I do have some awards that you have, things like that. So it's really important to understand that. So. Sorry, just a second, guys. All right, so now here's the most important thing. Now, when you start playing your characters and you start looking at things, you want to look at what your history is or what your ability, what your lore is. Some people like to understand this. I'm one of those people that really like to look at the lore and look at what causes people to play certain players or what kind of a aspect it is for certain things in regards to a player. That being said, oh, sorry guys, hold on just 1 second. I gotta take this message real quick. Here. I hope everyone's doing good tonight. I enjoy doing these kind of things and really enjoy how things are working in regards to my streams and everything. I really enjoy streaming. I've only started to recently do it, and it's a blast. I mean, I never imagined myself doing it at all. So for those of you who don't know, right now, like I was saying, I've been in quarantine. I wasn't feeling well, but work's kind of playing it safe. That's kind of what got me started into wanting to do gaming in the first place. Doing some live streaming games and things like that. So that being said, I went ahead and started looking into it and started to say, hey, you know what? I want to do some gaming, and I know a lot of people enjoy it, and a lot of people enjoy watching it, and so I just want to make sure that you enjoy the content that you're watching, and so on and so forth. All right, so what we're gonna do? Oh, let's take a look here. So that's Almazuncob. Now Almazuncob is a great player. It's also one player that will really annoy the heck out of everyone. So you just want to make sure you keep track of make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into when you do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you in chat choose what we're going to do in regards to character-wise. So what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be, essentially looking at a character to play to try to help in regards to build up to diamond. I want to make sure you guys have a fun, enjoyable experience watching this. And one of the things I'm going to do is I want to make sure that we have some fun things. Oh, it must be dinner time because Buddy, my cat, just bolted. So, let's see here. So, I got to figure out who I'm going to be. Now, like I said, I'm more of a hunter than anything. So, I got to make sure I'm ready to go in regards to that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of rounds. And then I'm going to do some other live streams tonight as well. Jang Wei is my favorite character that I have right now. As you can see, I have tried a couple of other people. They're not quite there yet. So what we might do is let's take a look at Medusa real quick. So what we first want to do is we first want to see. Okay, so we haven't really played anything yet with her. So we haven't really unlocked anything at all either. So first and foremost, we want to look at these. So first attack is a Viper Shot. Medusa gains increased attack speed, and her basic attack becomes augmented, shooting vipers that poisons the target, dealing damage over time. That's not bad at all. I actually kind of like that a lot. Acid Spray. Medusa hurls back the spit and spits out acid and damages the first enemy hits and sprays. Acid sprays will explode on status Medusa has created. Medusa quickly slithers forward, rooting and slashing the first enemy god she encounters. The slash leaves the enemy god reeling in pain, reducing their healing for a short time. Not bad. Okay, so Medusa removes her mask and reveals her true face, delivering a powerful blast from her horrifying. Oh my gosh. So that actually will, wow. They actually will turn to stone. That is actually pretty cool. That's really cool that Smite actually went ahead and put that into the game. That's one of the things about Medusa. And so when you do that, you can look here. So for example, lore. Reading this lore is going to be really awesome for you to look and see what her actual lore is. So, for example, there's only ones whose hair is made of slithering serpents. Source claims that she was as beautiful as once a priestess in Athena, loyal and devoted in action, but Poseidon was determined to make her his own. Fairness of her features, the golden of her hair that attracted the sea god, Medusa, a mortal maiden, could not refuse. So when Athena learned of the Medusa's betrayal, she punished the priestess. Those fair features were hideously weathered out. Essentially, it became a twisted viper, and then her eyes were petrified as to any who would look into her gaze. So, fled, frightened, ashamed, and furious, for years she hid from the world, nursing and festering hatred for all things, craving beauty, but having none, seeing none, until she became the monster she appears to be. She slithers now to the field of battle. Those wretched features, concealed behind a cruel mask, proclaim the perfection eyes, burning from within. All that she perceives, all that that is wonderful, is this world she seeks to destroy. Perhaps then she will be the fairest monster of them all. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and play Medusa. I looked at her stats a little bit. They seem pretty similar to that of Amuzenkob and Jingwei. So as long as I build my a character pretty similar. Now, that's another thing you want to do. There's certain kind of attributes or certain kind of add-ons that you can get during the battle that you purchase with coins from killing things. That is how you get certain things like attack speed boosts, mana boosts, health boosts, life steal, so on and so forth. That's how you get those things. What you do is you kill minions. So usually there's an arena. You have 5 on 5, and then there's minions, and then there's a beast. That is how you get points. You either kill the minions, you kill the beast, you kill the gods, or the minions or the beasts get through the portal. Now each team has a portal that they have to make sure that they are getting to correctly. So, each portal that they have to protect. So that being said, each team has to prevent minions and beasts getting in from one to their portal by getting their minions and beasts through the other portal. So that's the whole point of the game. Now there's different kinds of things that you can look at in regards to different kind of play modes. So you have some different kinds of play modes. You have arena, which is going to be your basic arena, which is going to be 5 on 5, and you're going to try to prevent the minions from getting there. Joust, the other one that I am familiar with. These two down here, the Adventure Classic Domination, I don't know about, and Conquest I'm not familiar with. Flyers. Oh, it's capture points. Okay, so they have to capture the points and secure them. Okay. A large strategic map with 3 lanes and a jungle. This one's pretty much a free-for-all. What you do is you do 5 on 5, and you have to try to kill them and prevent from killing each other from other ones too. This one here is really interesting. So what you do is you have some points that you have to protect, and those points are what determine if you win or not. So you have a phoenix and things and a god, like a huge god statue. You have to prevent from being destroyed, and then you have towers and so on and so forth. That's what this one is. Joust is actually one for a 3v3. It's actually not bad. It's just not one that I really enjoy playing. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into an arena match. And we're going to go ahead and do Medusa. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go. Oh, okay. Well, I guess somebody already chose Medusa. You got to be really quick when you choose your characters because otherwise you're going to lose. You're going to not be able to play them. So we're going to go ahead and do Jangwei just to do a warm-up.
Together we shall bring forth justice.
Okay. So these are the 5 characters. Now, what you can actually do too is you can actually choose your role. So my role is a hunter. That's what I do. Now, there's a guardian who's going to take a lot of your brunt hits. He's going to be able to allow the mage, or not the mage, but the warriors, the assassins to be able to hit. There's a mage. Mage does healing and life steals. Warriors are going to be more of your brunt people that go in and do attack damage. While your guardians are protecting those warriors. Assassins are more of those people who are more of a stealth player. So if you're more of a stealth player, you're going to want assassin role. And then obviously you're going to have your hunter, what I am, which is more of your role is to try to help be protected by because you're more of a long distance. Your last one that you saw on the bottom means do it all. I mean, you build a character to whatever way you want it to be. Or be or you know, it's your.
This world, it's doomed unless someone
All right.
fights for it, and that someone
So
is
down
me.
below, you see right here, these are going to be your abilities. So your persistent gut, you have your explosive bolt, and your agility. Now agility is your dash. Explosive bolt is actually boosts your damage, and then your persistent gust will actually have it, some turbulent air that goes down the ground. Now, each person can actually have certain things as well. Now, this is my setup that I have. Now, each time you can do whatever you want. You can have your populars, but then you also have all of these over here that you can go through as well. But I have my popular ones. So, you always want to make sure you start out with your beads, though. That's the most important thing. You're going to start out with your beads. I think I just spent 500 on them. That's fine. Next thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get my bolt light. Essentially my Odysseus' bow. What that does is it essentially increases my damage as well as my attack speed. Now, Jingwei has a really cool feature when she leaves the arena or leaves her spawn. She actually flies, and then you can land wherever you want to land. Now, I just activated my bolt. What we're gonna do essentially is try to distract them, try to get a lot of the front. And these are their minions. Little guys right. Little guys right next to me.
Answer for your sins.
Now, I just activated my bolt again. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's the bow that's flashing right now. That means I can level that up. Anytime you see any of that stuff flashing, you level up. I gotta get up here.
Go.
So anytime you see those on the bottom, down below, on the right side, you'll see those flashing. That means you can level those up. Now, you can level them up any way you want, but you only get a certain amount based off of your level that you are. I'm only level 5 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do my ult. I want to get my ult up. My first one that I want to get fully up, though, is going to be my bolt, because that's going to be the biggest thing. Odysseus' bow is going to be leveled up as well. We're going to go ahead and get that up as well. I have 900 left, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and ult that up all the way. Next thing we want to focus on is you want to make sure these areas down here, this is how you're going to be able to build a certain way. Now, you notice my coin's going up, and that's because of the way that we're playing in the arena. Anytime that there's a kill, you still get some coinage. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hop back in the match. We don't want to leave our guys alone. Don't want to be AFK. So, Medusa is not playing smart. She's a hunter. She needs to be playing back. So here's one of our tanks. Amir is one of our tanks. Oh boy.
Double the kills, double the fun.
Oh well. It's alright. We're gonna go ahead and get our guest up too. Now, that means the points are going down. Now on the right hand side above my abilities, you'll see something that where you see points. Those are the points that we have right now. Now what we want to do is we don't want ours to run out. So right now, you notice that right now we're losing, but we're not losing by much though. So if we play it right, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stay back here as a support role and just focus on the minions. The reason why I'm staying on the minions is because if I stay on the minions, 1, I'm going to level up quickly. 2, I'm going to get coins. And 3, it's going to allow me to be able to run away if I need to fairly quickly. I'm going to go ahead and level up my bolt again.
Answer for your sins.
We got one guy currently on our... Okay. Ares is currently straight ahead. Now, Medusa is not playing smart. The reason why is because if you see her, she's up front. She's staying up front. That's usually not the best way to play with a hunter. yes, you want to be involved. Yes, you want to be active in the game, but you don't want to be straight up in the front. You want to let the tanks be taking the brunt of the damage.
Like it was made
but if you're
from
up
my
front and you're very, very low on health, where you're not able to pull off as much as you would like, it's not going to be helpful. Now, we're going to go ahead and go over here. We're going to try to see if we can get it.
An enemy has been slain.
So we escape, but I don't think we're going to get out of that one. Now your bees allow you to actually get out of someone's ult. So let's say Ares latched on me like he did. I could use my beads, purification beads, to actually release him from getting, like, allow me to not get trapped. Now that I have my boots up and I have my Odysseus bow up, now I got to figure out what I want to do. Now there's a lot of damage going on, so I'm going to want to do a lifesteal. Now these items right here are going to be lifesteal items. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one first.
This feels right somehow.
Level up my abilities.
You cannot evade justice.
Attack!
So Ymir wants us to push, so we're going to go ahead and push up with him. Staying back, letting him take all the brunt of the damage. I'm going to take care of the minions, so we can focus on that. Ymir is way too far up. You don't want to do that. You don't want to... I just barely got out of that one. You don't want to push too far up from your team. If you push way too far from your team, you're ultimately not going to be able to be effective, and you're going to die because you're not going to be able to get help. No one's going to be willing to be able to go up that far because, yeah, Ymir's going to go down. Cover him, I don't know if we can. Let's see if we can use our ult on him. Nope, we can get him. Nope, we can get him. Nope, not gonna make it. Yep.
We may fall, but we should stand.
We're still down, but we're not down by much. And the thing is that some characters take a little bit to level up to deal any kind of damage. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit something else activated a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and do this one.
Feels right somehow.
Still not down by much, but we need to play smart. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to cover. Over here in the jungle, you're gonna have certain things that you can actually use to add on to your abilities if you want to.
Answer for your sins.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into this one. It's probably gonna kill us. So they give you attack, they give you mana, they give you damage, and I got attack speed. So I have attack speed. So I'm starting to do a little bit of damage, not as much as I would like to, but at least we're getting there.
Line them up and knock them down. They looking shook. Line them up and knock them down.
So that noise means that there's a beast that's being released. Every certain time there's a beast that's released. So let's see if I can
Come
find
on,
him.
team.
There you go. That's a beast right there.
Yes! No escape!
Ooh.
The truth cannot be stopped.
An ally has been slain.
Oh,
We
we
are
got him.
so
Okay, I gotta
on
get
a
out of here.
rampage right now.
Get out of here.
Twice
Nope.
as much slay.
Return.
Line them up and knock them down.
Oh well. Alright, so what else can we do?
It's
I
alright.
got 600
They're
gold
still
right
my
now.
bae. An
Let's go
enemy
ahead
has
and get
been
our attack
slain.
speed
This feels
started moving in the right direction.
somehow.
If we start focusing on our minions, we can be able to do more damage.
Answer for your sins!
An ally has left the game.
You are irreplaceable.
For the fire.
We are so on a rampage right now.
I'm afraid that was going to happen.
Awesome.
Let's go ahead and take these minions out. Okay, we're going to go back real quick. We got 800 gold. And they're wanting to surrender. Well, I guess we surrendered. Alright, so you have that capability, depending on what level or what party you are in the game, you can kind of get a little bit in regards to if you feel like you're not going to win, you can actually surrender at a certain point. Now, you can only surrender at a certain point in the game, so you're not going to be able to do it right away. That's one thing you want to remember. All right. All right. This gives you your stats. So you have your stats here. Your score here. And then here's your details. So your details kind of give you an idea of how you did in a match and how you could, how essentially you played. So kill death ratio, I got 4 deaths, but 3 assists. Not bad. I do better, but it is what it is. Gold earned, I earned over 8,000 gold. Gold per minute, I had 856 per minute. That is what it is. Typically, you want to have more. Player damage. My player damage, I did 1633. Not as good as I would like to, but at least it's better than nothing. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and get into another match. See if we can get to Medusa this time. We'll play one more match. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get Medusa this time. You gotta be quick. So one thing I did learn about playing Smite is you gotta be quick. If you're not quick enough, you'll not be able to get it.
Medusa.
Alright, so we have Medusa.
Did the gods think I would just sit idle and suffer? No. I will have my revenge!
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get Medusa leveled up. We're going to get those beads in. We're going to go ahead and do kind of the same build that we do with our Jangwei, just because I think that's going to be the best way to do it. I'll do that one. Alright. Let's throw the other way. Alright, so let's see what these do.
Minions have spawned.
So that's the poison.
Yeah!
Totally
Spray.
awesome.
Okay. But oh well. So usually you want to give your players certain ones. We're going to go ahead and go over here. Try to use support roll if we can. Alright, so we need to go back. Level up our stuff. Let's go ahead and level up Medusa's bow. Do our boots.
Ooh, it's getting started!
missed that one.
Ta-da!
I think what they need to do next is do a lifesteal. He's targeted. Alright, so we're gonna level that up. And do let's get this guy out.
It's alright, there's still my bae.
Pull back. We gotta pull back. We gotta pull back. So they're pushing really hard, it looks like. That's fine.
I'll make them feel pain.
They looking shook. Now that's today's tea.
And that is how you play Smite. So you first, when you're gonna want to do your ult, you want to make sure that you first slither, attack, and then freeze. Especially, and you want to make sure that they're a reasonable point to where they're not going to be able to do anything to you. So we got our boots up, we got that up. Let's go ahead and start with our. Let's start with this one.
Yes.
Ooh, come on, team.
Easy boy. Easy boy.
An enemy has been slain.
Minions have reached your portal.
An ally has been slain. You're looking shook.
Yeah, I got the assist for that one.
I'll make them feel pain.
Okay, so we're doing pretty well with
Line them up and knock them down.
Alright. Alright, so we're doing pretty well with Medusa, surprisingly. So working towards our attack speed.
Yes.
An enemy has been slain. Ooh, come on, team. Double kill.
Free your soul!
You're Loki the best.
Oh my gosh, this guy is That is literally the I think he's the only guy that I've actually killed this whole match.
They looking
I
shook.
think he's the only person that I've been
Minions
kidding.
have reached your portal.
I'll make them feel pain.
It's alright, there's still my rampage right now.
All right. So I think I figured out.
We're gonna have to step it up.
All right, I figured out how to play her. I really do, and I think I'm actually starting to really like her. Actually.
Minions have reached your portal.
Let's go ahead and do that one.
Yes.
Ooh, come on, team.
Minions have reached your portal.
All right, so that is what happens when you push when you're squishy. The good thing is I had a good teammate that actually kind of came back and helped me out. So
An enemy has been slain.
let's see here. I need to do this one.
I'll make them feel the pain.
They looking shook. It's alright, they're still my bae. An ally has been slain.
All right. So we got 600 there. Ooh, I didn't even start this one. That was a mistake I made. Oopsies. Okay. So what I did was I backed him up.
Come on, team. Line them up and knock them down.
Minions have reached your portal.
Yeah, he was coming after me hard.
It's alright, they're still my bae.
Ooh,
We're
we're
gonna
behind now.
have to step it up. Ooh, come on, team. We
And
are
I'm dead.
so on a rampage right now.
Finally died.
Time to clap back.
Minions have reached your portal.
We might lose this match. But you know what? It's fun.
An enemy has been slain. Line them up and knock them down. An ally has been slain. Line them up and knock them down.
No, I didn't take her with me. I didn't take her with me. I was trying to do that. I was trying to get her to go. I was trying to kill her at the same time. I was being a little big. That's my bad. Alright, let's see here.
I'll make them feel pain.
Minions have reached your portal.
An enemy has been slain. double the fun.
They're gonna
They
try to
think they
get
can
through.
stop you? Ha! No chance.
Minions have reached your portal.
And see, that's what happens when you focus on when they focus on pushing minions. That's what happens.
It's alright, they're still my bae. An enemy has been slain.
I didn't get him, but my teammate did.
An ally has been slain. Finally shut that one down.
Oh boy, time to go.
We are so on a rampage right now.
That one kind of scared
I'll
me.
make them feel pain.
We got life steal on.
Shut down.
Ta-da!
Come on, team. They looking shook.
Mind that.
Dang, they thirsty. An enemy has been slain. They looking shook.
Alright, let's see here.
An enemy has been slain.
We're not gonna win, but at least we didn't go out in a fight.
They looking shook.
Right here. That's what happens when you guys when you push outside your team. My team was clear back there. I weren't anywhere near, but that's why you don't want to go out.
We're gonna have to step it up.
Thank you so much for joining us today here on Bolus29 Gaming. I had fun bringing this content to you, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, make sure your notifications are turned on so you know when new content has come. Speaking of alerts, if you want to know when new content is dropped on this channel, be sure you check out our other social media outlets. Go to our Facebook page, which I've included into a link down below, hit that follow button, and there you'll see our other platforms. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.